Welcome everyone to Vanishing Twin Foundation. So nice to connect with you all again. And yes, we're at another Vanishing Twin webinar. It's amazing how many layers there are to this. And yeah, just at the time I remember I did the first one, I thought, okay, that's it. No, it's not like that. There's many layers in the jigsaw puzzle that we need to address and work through. And I really want to share what's been coming up for me in the sessions and what's been coming up to the surface level around the Vanishing Twin. So even if you've worked with the Vanishing Twin, this is a great webinar to be part of. So they're really significant pieces. So yeah, really nice to connect with you all, and thank you for being part of this webinar. And what I want to really bring in is these new teachings, but also to bring in, for anyone who's just discovered they have a twin, welcome. It's really something big in your life, and it's something not to rush, I would say. And if you find that you found a twin and you have this thing set of, because I found a twin and then I had, when is this going to finish? I was really getting irritable when I had to do another one. I was getting anxious. I was like, I don't want to do any more twin workshops. And it turned out that I had a sister as well. So the sister didn't want to be found. So it was creating this disturbance in my system that I was getting very irritable. If a session came up, for example, I did the session, but it was like, oh my God, another twin. But it was really mirroring what was in my system, which I didn't want to address. So if you feel like, oh my God, when's this going to end? I would say, take another look into your system to see if there's another twin there. And when you find a twin, there's going to be softening in the system. There's going to be peace, more peace in the system, and more space and calmness. This is something that I know there's DNA tests for it. I've heard of it. I don't know how to get them, but I know there's some people testing DNA to see, if that can prove that there's twins in the system. So I want to share everything that's been coming up, and I want to bring it up on a surface level. So, and really to make it conscious, what a huge thing this is for you in your life and what you lived with up to this moment in time. Your system on a foundation level from the moment you were conceived was with another one or two or three or more. And it means that everything around creation will always involve two or three or more, because all the patterns which happen in the womb play out in our lives unless we work through them. So this is what I found very, very significant for us to address, and it came up very strong to support people to be aware of their foundation. And it came up in very unusual ways. It was about people who didn't want to finish the website, who didn't want to do public speaking, who didn't want to, sell things like sabotaging their shop, for example, their products. So people playing small. So it represented the foundation, because if the foundation, which becomes everything in life, if your foundation is with two, because your twin passed physically, but not spiritually, physically, it means that you've got a living field like a flame and a dead field. So every time you go to create something, you will have a living field and a dead field, and you will play either the dead or the living one. And this is going to feel very dangerous in the system. And the thing is, you're the survivor twin. So you will have a survival mechanism not to allow anyone else to maybe take or connect to the living field, because then you're going to be the dead one. So you'll sabotage the workshop, you'll sabotage your teachings, you would sabotage, completing the website, putting your products out there. It's amazing how this affects every part of our lives. Sabotage a relationship, sabotage many things, because now that part or that system you're connecting to is a threat in the system to your life. So the workshop is a threat to your life. The website, if it's complete, is a threat to your life. The relationship would be a threat to your life, life-threatening, deadly. So this is why you would have topics about, public speaking, because everything becomes a system. Everything is a system. And it means that every system that you connect to would represent the twin system, which is creation, which is your foundation. So in this webinar, I really want to address the foundation work of the twin or twins. Now, for anyone new or anyone who's done the webinars on twins before or personal sessions with me, I want to bring in an information that first, I'm not guiding you to separate from your twin, to leave your twin. I'm inviting you to become whole with your twin. So it's allowing your twin to be whole, and then that allows you to be whole, and then you can have a whole connection and relationship with your twin as an individual. There's a big difference, because when we do the separation part, it's bringing up abandonment. So I invite you, if you're supporting others or bring consciousness to yourself, say, no, I'm not leaving my twin. We can't leave a twin, but we can allow a twin to become whole on all levels of the soul, because we have all the different soul aspects, the astral body, for example, and the physical aspect. So if you are a surviving twin, it means that when you were in the womb conceived, you were in your genetic place originally. Everybody has a genetic place, a God-given genetic place, which is everything in that genetic place you can handle, and it's for your soul to evolve. But if we go into someone else's genetic place, our systems cannot handle it, and it's overwhelmed, and it may cause an illness, it may cause deadness in the system, it may cause many issues in your life. So this is and also you will not get results from the work you're doing, or you will not be able to embody if you're in somebody else's system. So back to the womb. In the womb, you would have felt your twin in the early stages. Now, the twin could be there for a few days, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, maybe all the way through the pregnancy. And then there'd be a moment where you'd feel connected, you'd be conceived with another soul beside you. Now, what I'm going to say is very important. You're beside another living soul. So this is before words were created. Okay, so there's no words at this moment. It's all about feelings. So I come across this a lot. In relationships, I often hear the words saying, I feel he's going to leave me. I feel he thinks this about me. I feel this is what he's thinking. Okay. Now, if you hear those words, or if you're saying those words, it means that you're twinning and you're in the field of the spacey energy field. Okay. So I feel the group is against me. I feel they're going to leave me. I feel my workshop won't work out. Okay. So this is going into you when you're in the womb, and it's this like energy of floating. I feel the relationship will end. I feel threatened. Okay. So this is a very spacey field. So if you notice yourself going into this out of lost in time and space energy, this lifeless or fluid field of spaciness, okay, be aware or bring to a conscious level that, oh, I've just twinned, and now I'm playing out the womb experience. I would invite you to immediately address yourself and say, I'm an adult. And if you're in a relationship, you can ask him, you can ask her, how do you feel? What are you feeling? Have a discussion. And then you're in the adult self. So now you've just detached from the twinning part with your partner, friend, business partner, work. Now you've gone into you on an adult level. So you're not twinning anymore. So if you notice, I think a good tip is if you notice yourself in this spacey field, remind yourself that you're an adult. Remind yourself that you can have a conversation. Remind yourself that it doesn't have to be all or nothing, death or life, life-threatening. You can negotiate. Now, a lot of businesses owners that I was working with as well, I noticed that they were not getting the full benefit of their negotiation and their finances because they had an offer on the table, and if they didn't get exactly what they wanted, they would leave the table. And I was saying, well, what about making a counter offer? What about having a discussion about it? So if you feel yourself in business with this all or nothing, I'll take it off the table, I'm gone out of here, I've ghosted them, then you're twinning. Okay. So on an adult level, there's negotiation. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can discuss, you can talk about it, you can negotiate and hear the other person out and then make a new agreement. And it doesn't have to be all or nothing. It doesn't have to be that day. This is the last chance. I get one chance. It can be, many meetings, for example. So if you notice yourself in business or in relationships with this, I make an offer to you, but if you don't take it, I'm out of here, then you're twinning. Okay. So as soon as you bring your awareness that, oh, I'm twinning, I'm an adult, then you will slip into your adult self and you'll go into an adult relationship with that person. I'm discussing this because even when we do the separation, when we become whole with our twins, we have to remember that our nervous system and our brain and our body is wired up for two. So these patterns, you need to break them yourself. You need to realize that I have a new choice. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. I can negotiate, I can discuss, I can delegate. I'm an adult. So you need to see the weak points in your system or the programming around being a survivor twin, and then to change it. So it's about changing what's in your system to become aware of the programming, bring it to a surface level, and then bring in new choices. It's very important to bring it up to a conscious level and then see the weak points in your system or the traits in your own system, all or nothing. And then go, there can be something in the middle. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. So as soon as you become aware of these aspects or these new choices, then you're breaking the cycles, you're breaking the programming of twinning. So for anyone new who's discovered the twin or anyone who has worked with me on a twin, so what happens, I'll go back to the beginning. So what happens is you're with your twin, you feel good with your twin, there's another soul, but then you feel the twin getting sick. And then you go to save the twin. Now, that means you go into the genetic place of your twin, which means that you're come out of your place in life. And it means you're in somebody else's system. So you'll live your life for everybody else, because you're not in your own life. You may notice that you're being attacked. You may notice that you're being abused. You may notice even a sexual abuse or rape energy in the system, because you now are entering somebody else's system without them asking. So you'll have a tendency of people jumping into your life, making life-changing decisions for you. So be aware of this, that you will have a tendency to jump into systems without even asking them. That is a weak point in your system, and it's something we need to be aware of. And I would write everything down that you become aware of and make it written form bring it to a conscious level. You can discuss it in the Telegram group with each other, because then you're going to really get it. And then practice it or teach it. That will be the strongest. Teach it, talk to each other, teach it. Then you're breaking the cycles and you're absorbing this new way of living. So once again, you've now entered the twin system. This is at such early stages in the development in the womb that your cells, your spine is being developed. So sciatica is very, very common as well. So it means that you're in somebody else's spine. So the spine is curved. It means that you're in somebody else's system. So you may attract viruses, you may attract parasites, codependency. Also, what happens is, and a lot of doctors have confirmed this for me, is that you are merging while the development stages, the physical body is developing. So your twin cells could be alive. Your twin's kidney could be in you. Lung could be in you. Brain could be in you. Ovaries, genitals. So any cells, cysts, there could be cells in you which are not belong to you, that belong to your twin. They can belong to your twin, and this is very common. So I'd invite you to also, when we do this work, to set the intention to come out of the physical cells of the twin. Okay? So this is very, I've seen it where it's almost like schizophrenic, or where there's a boy and a girl in the system, so the feminine energy comes so strong, or the male energy is very dominant, or it's double male, double feminine. So I invite you to really write down what you find in your own system, make it your own experience, and make the new choices. Write down the new choices and how to change the system yourself. Okay, so you're going to find the twin habit program in your system, write it down so you're aware of it, so you're becoming conscious, speak it out with a friend even, or someone here, and then talk about it, just teaching them, and then it's clear in your system. And now talk about how you'll do it different. How are you going to make new choices? How can you have new reactions? Okay, so back to the twin. So this means that you went, for example, left means younger, right means older. There's always a younger and older, and the first answer is always the right answer, okay? So if you got a brother, so if you feel like, okay, you have another twin, you'd ask the system, brother or sister? Younger or older? And it'll be the first thing that comes up, younger or older, brother or sister, okay? Now, if you get younger, it means the left side. So that would mean, for example, it's a sister. If it's a sister on the left, you've gone into a woman's body, same age group as you. So I want you to imagine that you're in another person's body, a brother or sister, same age group, younger or older, a little bit different. And there's organs, there's traits, there's behavior patterns, there's mindsets, the cells, the DNA, free will, and you're in somebody else's genetic place. So I invite you to allow your twin to be whole, and I invite you to become whole. So I want you to visualize that you're in another man's body, brother or sister's body, older, younger, older is on the right, younger is on the left. Just invite their information to come up in your system. Okay, and just sitting in. It's almost like having two seats beside you, left and right. And you went into, if it's younger on the left, older is on the right. So you switched genetic place. Because you went into the twin place, the twin didn't with yours, you can come out. So I invite you to allow your twin to be whole and you to be whole and have a whole relationship with your twin by setting the intention to honor that you're in somebody else's physical body, your twins, and you're standing up and going to the right side, if you're coming out of the younger one, or you're going to the left side, if you're coming out of the older one. So I want to invite you to come out of, stand up and come out of your twin's genetic place, cellularly, physical aspect. And coming out of their feet, their foundation. Coming out of their free will and allowing them to be whole on the left or the right, whatever it is for you. And if you work with more twins, you can work with one at a time. So watch the recording, the replay again for each of your twins. Okay, so honoring your twin is a different soul, living soul than you. The grief you expressed or got stuck in life belongs to you and your twin in the womb. So this can be released. The sadness, the rage, the frustration belongs to the womb. Heaviness belongs to the womb. So coming out of your twin's spine, coming out of your twin's nervous system. Coming out of your twin's physical heart and lungs. Coming out of your twin's brain. Eyes, senses. Coming out of your twin's voice, bones, out of your twin's DNA, allowing your twin to be whole in his or her own physical aspect. And coming out of your twin's blood, organs, good, very good. Coming out of your twin's astral body, completely. And don't worry, I'm showing your soul what to do. I'm guiding you. Coming out of your twins' fears and illusions. All entanglement with other people who represented your twin, you can come out. Your partner's not your twin. Your mom and dad's not your twin. No other sibling is your twin, only your twin. No, your business partner, your business, your accounts is not your twin. Your website's not your twin. Okay, so I'd like to honor that you have a direct connection, and you always will have a connection with your twin, okay? So the foundation with your twin will always be the same. So this part with the twin, a double foundation or treble will always be there in relation to your twin only, okay? So now I want you to imagine that you're stepping out of that foundation with life, okay? So it means that I want you to bring this in consciously, that your foundation is a whole foundation with you, okay? So it's one, it's only one, it's you. So you have a whole foundation now. You have a whole footprint now. You have a whole relationship with yourself. You have a whole relationship with creation. You have a whole relationship with your whole partner, with your whole business, with your whole bank account, with your whole tax system. Okay. So you have a whole relationship with life. There's no deadness between you anymore. So all deadness can leave your business, can leave the system completely. All deadness can leave the system. Beautiful. So we're making consciousness, bring consciousness that any foundations that you're in where you twinned with life, twinned with friends, twinned with your partner can be broken down now, can be completely released from your system, completely from your system. So with your permission, also coming out of your twin's nervous system deeper and genitals. Good. And imagine the cells were overlapped and now they can be separated completely, including all the organs can be separated. But your organs are creation. And it means as well that when you create something, you're evolving. So even if you start a business and it fails, it's not a failure because you've got the experience of the failure. So you know how to evolve from that. So it's creation. So everything is about evolution and creation. I invite you to make that conscious in your system that everything is creation. So you are creation with everything you do. There's no wrong choices in the system in a way, because every experience you have will bring you closer to yourself. Even if you go off the track, you're experiencing going off the track, and that is evolution. And then you can choose to go back on track. So everything from this moment on is evolution, not dead or alive, not life-threatening. So with your permission, I'm going to work within the subconsciousness, but everything we worked with. And just be breathing into your heart space. Beautiful. So all twinning, releasing from the system now. All twinning tendencies. And it means that when you connect, because your whole system, which is evolution and creation, so when you connect with another evolution and creation, it means you can develop together. You can support each other together. It's not dead or alive that I suck you dry or you suck me dry. No, you can evolve together. You can both win. You can both gain from this connection. You can both help each other to thrive within the relationship. It doesn't mean that you're going to give your soul to the other person in the relationship. You can develop from the relationship. You can grow. Your partner can grow. You can grow from a friendship. You don't have to be sucked dry. Every time that happens, you're twinning. Be aware of it. Write it down. Change it. Make a new choice. Make it conscious. Write it down. Speak it out. Recreate another option in the system. There's more choices, multiple choices in the system. If you notice yourself ghosting people, that means you're twinning. Okay. How about keeping in contact? Doesn't need to be dramatic. These are all twinning behavior patterns. So with your permission, I'm just supporting you to release them from the subconsciousness, the nervous system, and trauma bonds as well, the twins. All or nothing, life or death. Everyone's a threat, because if you don't correct the foundation, everyone, the village will be a threat to my life. So I'll stay at home, you know. The neighbor, the old friend will be a threat. They're talking about me, okay? So they're attacking me because you're twinning. You have a twinning relationship with everyone and everything and every system. Break the program. Make a new choice. Make it conscious. Multiple choices. You can change your mind. Everyone survives. Everyone can be friends. Doesn't mean that when you break a friendship, you're going to be your enemy. You can keep the friendship in a good way. Even if you don't see each other again, you can keep it healthy. So all the guilt, there's a lot of guilt there as well, can be released. Survivor guilt from the cells. So all the survivor guilt can be released from the cells, from the heart. Asking your spirit to release the survivor guilt. Also, sadness of being left alone, abandonment comes from the twin. So this sadness. And also sadness comes up when we give ourselves to a system too much. We go over our limits. So let's bring everything back into coherence. Beautiful. Going deeper, imagine you're taking a deep breath into your subconsciousness. And let's bring up also the heart memory fields by breathing into the heart with intention, unraveling from all the hurt, rejection in the heart. So I'm going to go deep into this, the pain in the heart. Abandonment. Association. Self-love. Keep the intention that you're becoming whole with yourself and your twin can be whole. So I'm working with your twin as a whole soul and you as a whole soul. So I'm working individually with you and your twin or twins. and releasing the foundation with everybody else, with twinning, with direct connection to life. Choices, where you can make new choices and then put them into action. It's very important to put this into action in your life. There will be a tendency to forget about what we did and say it's all done, but I would invite you to make it conscious and make new choices. Bring consciousness to every time you play out the twin trauma bond in your friendships, your relationships, your choices, your business, your bank account, and make it conscious and make new choices. And the easiest way to do that is to visualize that you've been twinning with every single system that you've been in contact with, every system you've twinned with. So this is a strong program that needs to be broken. And only you can break it. And see it as a game, make it lighter, make it fun. Okay, how many can I find today? How many programs can I find today? And then how many creative choices can I make to do it different? I invite you not to make it a heavy thing, make it a fun thing, because you're finding yourself. And you're trying new things that you never tried before. You didn't even know there was that option in the system. Also, when you're in the foundation of the twin, in your work, like in the old you, this is the old you, all right? So the old you, when you were twinning in this relationship, there's no information that I can leave because you cannot leave your twin. So there's hopelessness and it's like the spacey feeling of, well, there's no choice to leave this relationship. There's no option. There's no choice to come out of this codependent relationship, my work, to leave the work, to leave the job. There is no choice. So I'd like to bring in, there is choices. You cannot leave a twin, but you can leave everything else that's not your twin. Everything else which is not your twin, you have a choice. You always have a choice. You always had a choice. Not being resentful to yourself for that, but you always had a choice and you always have choices. Okay, so bringing in, there is choices. There is choices. I can change. I can take action. I can step out there. I can be inspirational to the group. I can talk and inspire the group. I can inspire people by selling my products, whatever that may be, my creation, I can have another child. So also you would have twinned with, having a child, and this is very common as well, where there's a miscarriage or termination because the child is now the threat. So then the child must be terminated in the system. So anyone who has had termination and abortion or miscarriage, some souls, they always know their lifespan, and they come here by choice, but they didn't need the human experience, but they need to be honored as your children in the genetics, not your twin. So any souls, children that you're not aware of, or that you're aware of, I'd like to honor that you're not your twin, and they're your children, and they're in front of you, and they connect with their biological mom and dad, all of them. And then any guilt or grief or shame that you experienced because it would have been twinning can be released. Breathing into your heart space and releasing the breath and codependent behavior patterns, programming. And imagine that every breath you're releasing what your spirit needs to release from the cells. Coming out of your twin's brain, mindsets, even deeper, coming out of your twin's amygdala, pineal gland, sinuses, lungs, heart, thyroid, lymphatic system. Now your spirit, because you're in your own genetic place, can drop down into your body. So you've come out of set intention, you come out of all the physical cells, your twin. So it means that you can come down into all your physical cells by choice, free will, because you have your own free will, your own channel. Breathing into your cells. It's a lot cleared and clearing. So we're really working on the subconsciousness. So you can surrender and be yourself, a whole version of you. And the love you were looking for was from your twin. So you can have a whole relationship with your twin. Breathing into your heart space. All this new heart space. New space in your cells. Your light body can come in. That should come out of your twin's light body. You can come into your own light body cellularly. Your own physical body. Coming out of the feet and the roots, the footprint of your twin, but also the footprint of twinning, because your whole life was twinning. So just come out of the old behavior patterns, structural behavior patterns of twinning with everyone. And imagine you have new feet, new roots, new choices, new free will. You didn't have free will before. And yeah, new options. New spine. New relationship with you around intimacy. And your spirit can come deep into the body, deep into your cells. Breathing into your new spaces within the feet. And feeling the new feet so strong. New bones. New nervous system. New relationship with you. Because you're whole. You are whole now for the first time in your life. In this life system, you're whole. You have a whole connection with your consciousness, a whole connection with your channel, whole connection with your own Akashic records, not your twins, your Akashic records. Whole connection with life. You are life, you are evolution. As long as you're in this physical body, and even when you leave, you are life. Because you're a creation, you never die. The body dies, but your spirit never dies, it lives on. So you are creation. And your stem cells are connected to your blueprint now. Your stem cells are connected to your blueprint of life force, the blueprint of your organs. So your stem cells can regenerate your cells before they're regenerating your twin cells. Okay, so now your stem cells can come, and you can come out of the stem cells of your twin, and your stem cells can regenerate to your own blueprint of your organs, the blueprint of your spine, the blueprint of your skin, your cells, and your stem cells can create for you and regenerate and rejuvenate you completely. Stem cells are working for you. Your eyes, you can wear your twin's eyes and be there in your own eyes. And the stem cells can work in the eyes to rejuvenate the eyes, rejuvenate the brain. Stem cells are for you. The stem cells are connected to creation and the blueprints of your organs and your eyes and your cells and your brain. Stem cells are for you. Your stem cells are connected with life. Rejuvenation, creation. Life force. Breathing into your new cells. Coming fully into life force within your cells, within your skin. Activating your aura. All your light can enter your vessel. All your light can stream down through your crown into your body and your cells. All the life force from Mother Earth can come up through the roots, the new roots, your feet, your new foundation. Your DNA can be activated fully. New stem cells. Breathing into your cells. Breathing into those new spaces, light spaces within you. I'm curious to see how the new feeling is for you in full living cells. The membrane of deadness can be released from the cells in the brain, the bones, and the aura. As you're coming and accepting to come into life with free will. And you don't have to search for yourself anymore because you are yourself. It's a state of being. Always when there's a twin in the system, you're looking, you're searching, where am I? Where am I? Who am I? What's my purpose? But actually it's a state of being. Because you were in somebody else's system, you were searching. Now you found yourself. Be yourself. He's agreeing. Be yourself. Full. So inviting your full spirit down into these new places within you. And let's, everything we completed, which is complete on a soul level, we can complete the soul experiences, releasing the contracts and closing the systems. Beautiful. So we have a new relationship with life, and life is a new relationship with us. You're in a creation, a whole field, a whole aura of creation. And life has a direct connection with you, and you have direct connection with life. Inviting your spirit into your whole spine. It's from separate directions as well. That you have your new relationship to your back, your front, your left, your right side, your new foundation, your new feet, your new channel connection. Your new connection with the stars, your connection with Mother Earth, new connection with each other, new connection with life force. Beautiful. Your new front supports your whole new back. Your new back supports your whole new front. Your whole twin is on the left or right side, whatever it is for you. Younger on the left, older on the right. So your twin is whole in his or her whole free will, whole system. Blessing them, honoring them. I'm so grateful to my twin that he or she is whole, or both. And they're in the whole channel. I'm in my whole channel, whole direct connection with my Akashic records, whole connection with sovereignty and free will. My whole aura and my whole front supports my whole back. Beautiful. Whole back supports the whole front. Whole left side supports the whole new right side. Whole new right side supports the whole new left side. Whole connection above supports whole connection below. All the light can flow through my cells from above. All the minerals from below can come up into my cells. Above supports below, below supports above. I'm fully blessed by Mother Earth, by Source, creation, by life, kissed with life, sun kissed in every cell. Imagine the sun is alive in every cell, moving into the cells, expansion. Embodied, whole, new foundation, resolved, fresh beginning, curious. Space around you, space with your twin, space to be yourself, space to complete, space to feel success, space to be nourished. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow, we did a great job. Our twins did too. I want to honor our twins, honor our genetics, honor that everybody's in the right place, whole, honoring that I have a new connection with life directly, and life is a direct connection with me, because I'm constantly evolving from choices, growth, life. And my stem cells are supporting my regeneration cellularly, connected with my lively blueprint, which is life force. And I'm streaming the direct connection with my soul and life force. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We did amazing. Thank you for being part of this webinar. And I'm going to go deeper in the next one. So I'm curious to bring in the new feelings. What's your new feelings, your new senses? This will keep working with you. And I'll see you at the next webinar. Thank you, everyone, for the work in the background. Thank you, Sergio, for the work in the background. Thank you, everyone, for all your support and, yeah, your new experiences. And thank you to our twins that were all in our whole places. And we're having a new experience now. I invite you to write down any programming that comes aware, new choices, take action, and rewrite the system. There's multiple choices here, okay? So I invite you to be conscious of the programming and write it down and make the new choices and live those new choices. It's beautiful. See it as a game and enjoy it, okay? And I'll see you at the next webinar. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy being you.